Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show, training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse, Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature zebu heifer Susie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. Part 8 of the Chronicle of the Birth of Mini Zebu Heifer Seela. The actual birth is shown in Part 1. Okay, now the objective is to get some more colostrum, and we'll see how much we need to give if the baby does not start to suckle soon. But now that all 4 teats are unplugged, we have a chance, unless the baby has lost the desire to suckle. I doubt that. You agree?
Yeah.
He agrees.
She'll get hungry again. She's got some food in there.
Well, Marcia told me with her goat, once she started bottle feeding, she had to keep doing it.
Yeah. They get lazy.
Well, the mother didn't want to allow.
Yeah. And they get the idea that they're getting their milk from a different source after a while. And they just wait for the bottle. Don't worry about mixing them up.
Well, she said that the mother wouldn't allow the baby goat to go to the teats. I believe that's what Marcia told me. Okay, that's the trick. Not to tie up the leg, but to tie up, not too tight. Tie up the back end. And of course we've got the horns tied up. He wants her to stand up. She has been doing a lot of walking.
Yeah.
But she gets tired. And when she gets tired, it's scary.
Okay, we'll go ahead and tail her up again here.
Tail her up.
That also keeps them from kicking when you pull up the tail.
Oh, it keeps them from kicking when you pull up the tail. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. This is an educational program, Dr. Myers. Any clients that you have that, if there are any left in this county, that need to know this stuff, I'm going to make DVDs out of it.
Oh, cool.
What about Joseph?
She's getting a lot of good milk, some more.
Come on, baby. Come on. This is what you call a wild cow milking contest.
Wild cow milking contest. Turns the bull to see what's happening.
Stick a foot in the bucket, that's all.
In that shelter there he has his grass hay for dinner. Here's the baby. Shaking a little bit. I'll ask Dr. Myers about that when we have his attention. The most important thing right now is to get that colostrum.
Oh, don't stick
She
that.
went down again.
That doesn't help.
Stan, let loose of the yellow rope. We've got to get that head free. Oh, boy, is this scary. I've had horror stories told to me about getting the horn snapped off. It's behind that piece of wood, Stan, the horn. There, all right. Oh, now she's under the rubber mat.
What's under the rubber?
Her foot, her left front foot.
It doesn't help, does it, girl?
No. Hard to move.
Pull it up, Stan. There we go.
Oh, now the bull's over there.
The baby's moving. Seemingly maybe just investigating life here. Her on her first day on this
Well, I
earth.
can milk her from this side just as well.
Okay, he's going to milk her from the right side now. The baby's shaking like that. Would you just expect that on the first day?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said yes.
Especially, it might be a little cold and it probably hasn't had enough energy to.
A little cold and not enough energy to have the warmth. But this should be a cozy place for her to spend the night with her mom, don't you agree?
Yep.
Yes. When I was beginning to suspect that Susie was pregnant, and that was only in the last week or so, I did what I could to secure this pen so the baby couldn't get out, and yet it was cozy, and yet Rusty, the father, could be nearby. Tail up.
Got his legs so far forward here.
Yeah.
Back leg is too far forward. There we go.
Yeah, the mares, when they had their baby, they would guide it to the teat and lift their leg. Susie was kicking the calf instead.
Okay, the baby decided to curl up back here. But not on the shavings. When I have a chance, I'd like to pick her up and put her on the cozy shavings. There's only 2 minutes left, so I'm going to stop the tape until we have our summary or conclusion. How much you have there? Okay, doesn't look like much. Yeah, it'd probably fill about two of those.
Surprisingly, is a pretty good amount. Right here to see?
Yes.
To film? Okay. Just take your head, I do this, and just grab under your chin like this, and just go ahead and put this right here. You can go for either from the side or from the front, doesn't matter.
grab under the chin and put it in from the side or from the front.
And then what you have to do is just a little bit at a time.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to waste it, huh?
You don't want to waste it, but
So you have to do it slowly.
I'm going to go from the front here. Okay.
She's going to go from the front so it doesn't spill out.
Now we see we get a swallow going here. There, I heard the swallow.
He heard her swallow.
Yeah, you don't want to put too much in there all at once or you're going to drown her. So
Yeah, not too much all at once so we don't drown her.
And wait for a swallow.
Okay. Save a minute for roundup at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, the doctor thinks that the baby is a bit premature, so we may want to give her some antibiotics the first 5 days with a balling gun.
It's a little tongue.
Colostrum, we're just going to tube her. It's a little bit more reliable to do it that way and to use the syringe into her mouth. Okay, we're giving as much as we're going to give now with the tube and then put the rest in a bottle. The doctor feels that she feels some distension in her stomach with all of that colostrum in there.
We can just stand her up a little bit.
Yeah, and we're going to stand her up and hope that nature will be kind. Now we will show video clips of Seela's lifestyle and development 5 days after birth. She seems to be doing quite well. Here she is next to her mom, Susie. We enclosed a small yard a couple days after she was born and looking okay, so that they could come out into the sun, enjoy the grass, be closer to the activity at Minmore Farms. See Seela's movement. She's moving much better. She doesn't seem to be hyperextended at all on her front legs anymore, just a little bit knock-kneed, which we think will improve each and every day. Seela is suckling very well. Her mom still has her fly mask on, and yesterday I got a miniature horse fly mask for Seela. And I may be putting that on in the next couple days, depending upon whether or not I see a lot of flies bugging her. But I don't think so. I think here in this yard there isn't a lot of manure. We're pretty good on fly-free, and I do use proper fly control here, the stingless, biteless fly predator. I'm going to show you a little bit closer how I enclose this yard so that I could trust that Seela couldn't get out. We put an extra rail at the bottom of the fence where Seela is now. She's white and the fence is white, so you may be having trouble seeing her. We had some portable panels that we turned upside down so that the smaller openings are at the bottom. We had some extra pallets on the property that we just strung to some portable panels on this end of the yard. We brought out some loose hay in a black tub, which we cover at night so that it doesn't get wet. We have a black water tub, hose filled with water there for Susie. We have a picnic table here so we can come out and do things and be close to our cows. And I say close to our cows because Rusty, who I haven't let into the same pen yet with Susie and Seela, gets to hang out right here. And he gets a big yard to hang out in that has irrigated green grass. We put the extra rail at the bottom of this fence too, and over here on a gate, and the rail length beyond, we just put some pieces of white plastic lattice that we had in our materials tent. All of this took about 4 hours to install, but we were really eager to let Susie and Seela and Rusty hang out together out here in the sun at Minmore Farms in the middle of summer. And now I'm in the cow pen where I let Susie and Seela securely sleep at night. This is where Seela was born. You see before you the miniature horsefly mask, which I think is still slightly too big for Seela, but I can do a little bit of hand sewing or machine sewing to make it the right size when I'm ready to use it. Now here's the cow pen that's three-sided, insulated, fully equipped, where Seela was born. Here's a view that you've seen before in the birth parts that I've already uploaded. Here is a gate that I open for them in the morning, and they get to come out here into this little corral, but at the same time, if they want to, and if I want them to, which I do so far every morning, I open that gate that's before you and they go out into the yard, which you've just seen. Now at night, I bring them back into the cow pen, usually just with a carrot, and I let Rusty, the bull, into this little what we call the oak tree corral because he loves to sleep right there in the corner. It's nice and sandy and cozy, and he's real close to Seela and Susie. I don't know how I'm going to make the decision that it's time to let Rusty in with Susie and his baby, but for now this seems to be working out. As long as I let them stay in eyeshot of each other most of the day, as a matter of fact all of the day, everybody seems to be happy. So that's how we're doing it 5 days from the birth. And if there's anything more to report, we'll let you see some more video clips. This is where Rusty was standing throughout the birth. He was helping Susie to clean up Seela, to lick her, through all this lattice and these portable panels. And this is where he eats at night, very, very close to Seela and Susie. And this is a portable panel that we open up when it comes time in the late afternoon for Rusty to be allowed into his inner corral. And he has his hay and socializes with his heifers. And this is open up for him in the evening so that he can rest in what we call the oak tree corral. He also has access to some irrigated pasture right outside these portable panels. And he does go out there, but usually in the morning I find him here, close to his family. Here's Susie and Seela in their yard corral, are relaxing in a sliver of sun. And here comes Rusty, you see, because he wants to be close to his family. And yet, we have provided security for the little baby Seela. Seela's progress after 10 days. Well, this is approximately the 10th day after birth. Susie and Seela spent a lot of daylight hours out here in this yard, in the grass. It has shade, it has sun, it has water, it has food, and it has Papa Rusty right on the other side of the fence when he so chooses to be there. The flies, however, are still a problem, and I did make my fly mask smaller by hand sewing, and somehow I want to try to get that on Seela today. And then as far as turning Rusty out with Seela and Susie, I have contacted American Miniature Zebu Association, and I'd like to get an answer from them to see if they have any experiences with that. Is the father going to be respectful of Susie and Seela's relationship as mother and heifer calf? Seela's trying to get the milk down. She's pushing on the nipples. she's been suckling very well. After that first day, nature was helpful and gentle. Well, the baby's here, the mommy's here, and I brought the fly mask. And I seamed it down here in the front. I turned it and seamed it on the bottom. Why? Because that baby's head is so small that even a miniature horse fly mask is probably too big. And now the question is, can I get this fly mask on the baby's head without getting the baby or the mommy so stressed that it doesn't seem worth it? Okay, we have decided. First of all, they're not being cooperative and ran away, even though I sat down on a picnic table and hoped that they would come up and be friendly. But no, I think they knew I was up to something unusual and they weren't interested. But we have decided that that little Seela's head is still too short. And if we put this fly mask on, it will get in the way of her suckling, and we certainly don't want to take a chance of that. Sometimes September is really the hottest month in Santa Cruz. Well, then we'll try the fly mask then. But she's basically okay. Sometimes I see a half a dozen flies on her head, and unfortunately she doesn't have a forelock, and I guess cows don't have forelocks. And as you can see, Susie has a fly mask on 24/7 during the summer. And I think she's grateful, because sometimes I see a dozen or more flies on that fly mask. So okay, this is 10th day. We haven't brought Rusty out yet into this yard with them. We'll let you know if and when we do. Since Bull Rusty and Heifer Susie have lived together since they were each just a few months old, we decided to carefully let Rusty meet Seela without a fence between them. I'll let Rusty in with Seela and Susie coming into the backyard. It seems to me they've been wanting to be together for quite a while. Now Rosie and I both have our garbage can lids, and we are going to protect the baby if he gets at all bullish, but we decided it would be better not to restrain him. I'll turn the camera back on when he's back in camera's view. Well, he walked all the way around this trailer. And Susie and Seela are on the other side. It looks like Rusty didn't choose to spend some time back there with them. We're hoping that with close surveillance here, the three of them, Seela, Susie, and Rusty, will be an item. And will hang around together like Susie and Rusty used to and has been for many years, probably 4 or 5 years. Okay, they've kind of gotten together now. Let's see what Seela says. Rusty so far has just been smelling her. He will probably say, I'm in charge here. That's probably his nature. Seela, you see, is next to Susie, her mom, maybe seeking security. We are not going to leave them alone in any way for a long time. Aha, he is being a little bit aggressive. Rosie?
Rusty!
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, they're going back to their pen. We didn't like that, because he put his horns down. So we're gonna reevaluate. We're gonna reevaluate. Are we gonna let Rusty visit with Susie and Seela at this time when Seela's so young and so little? Now we're gonna have take a minute and summarize what went on here. And we'll upload this video and then get some advice from people who have done this before. Maybe we didn't do it right. Maybe we shouldn't have been here at all, but you know, Seela is so precious and Susie is so protective that I wasn't quite sure what the interaction would be like between Susie, Rusty, and Seela. And it was a little bit too aggressive, as you saw, when he put his head down with his horns. Rosie, was it towards Susie or was it towards Seela or both?
I think it was towards Seela.
Towards Seela.
Susie seemed to be acting really confused. I mean, she kept mooing, and
Yeah.
but she really wanted to be next to Rusty.
Okay.
Like she was sort of following him.
Susie was following Rusty, really apparently wanted to be next to him, but she was mooing, she was confused, she was being very protective of Seela. And little Seela was seeking security from Rusty, from her mommy. I don't think she really knows that Rusty's her papa, but Caleb thinks that the papas know that the calves are theirs. So
Also, maybe the birthing system is different. Like within his herd of zebus, maybe the bulls are there.
Yes.
Like, from the moment they're born.
well, now Rusty was, but on the other side of the fence.
Maybe not. Maybe that's not the case.
No, he was there.
No. With Caleb's bulls.
Oh, you think that they were
Maybe they just give birth in a big herd, like when
and that the bulls, but he said somehow the bulls know who are their calves.
Sure. Well,
Caleb.
maybe I don't know. I mean, but maybe if they're there, not on the other side of the fence, interacting with them from the moment they're born.
Yeah.
Maybe that's different.
Okay, we don't know, but we, as you can see, are taking this one small step at a time, and I'm going to get further advice before I try this again. And for sure, I'm going to let Seela grow up a little bit more because she's still too little and too vulnerable from maybe even a friendly push with his head. Maybe that's what he's trying to do, but he's a mini zebu, but a powerful bull for his breed, and so we have to be very careful that he understands his power. And we're also worried about jealousy. Would he or Susie be jealous of Seela being there, dividing their attention? All right, you've seen our first attempt at letting Rusty, nose to nose, within the same yard, without a fence between them, meet his daughter, his first daughter, Seela, daughter to Susie and Rusty.
Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Demi, and Lotus, Rusty and Susie. www.thesokolos.com